Even though most of you have already seen the new trailer for the second episode, I'm sure all the details have yet to be revealed, like why and where Jax got the candy weapon in the new location. And on Twitter, Glitch continues to tweet new teasers showing snippets of new scenes from episode 2. From the latest teasers and trailer, the creators are slowly letting us piece together a complete picture of the beginning of the second episode. In addition to that, I think a lot of leaked footage from the second episode will hit the internet soon. And it will happen in just a couple days. Also, in episode 2, some of the residents of Candy Canyon will have to be cooked and eaten on the spot by the characters. And I found evidence of all of this. By the way, somewhere in the video, I hid a picture of Pomni, and anyone who finds it will get another secret detail from episode 2. Glitch has been releasing new teasers every day or every other day on their Twitter account lately. We are just a little bit away from the release of the second episode. My prediction is that Glitch will be making new teasers now every day until the release of the second episode itself. Let's take a closer look at the image. We see Pomni, Gangle, Ragatha, and Kane. The whole place is on fire. If we look closely, we notice that so much of the fire came from the candles on the cake in the center of the screen. Kane is wearing a chef's hat. It looks like Kane was just making this cake, but something didn't go according to plan. Even though Kane himself looks pleased, Gangle, Ragatha, and Pomni look very scared and worried. All the characters are in a huge flame. From what we know, they can't burn in the fire, but it is likely that they can experience pain. A nervous smile can be seen on Pomni's face. She was portrayed in a pose that usually depicts people who are going crazy or under a lot of psychological stress. In the background of the teaser, Gumigo can be spotted walking nearby. The creators in the trailer already placed crocodiles in the background. I think this scene would be the perfect place for Gumigo's first encounter with the main characters. I also suggest paying attention to the position of the sun in Candy Canyon. It's still just dawn in the frame, so the events of this scene take place at the beginning of the episode. That said, we can see that Gangle is wearing a mask of sadness. It appears that the scene will take place either before she receives the mask of joy or after she loses it. Also, main characters here, only Pomni, Ragatha, and Gangle are present. In the trailer, we were just shown one scene in which these three characters were featured. This is the scene in which Kane hastily shoved Ragatha, Pomni, and Gangle into the portal leading to Candy Canyon. It makes a solid picture. First, the team will meet up after their nap and go for a walk around the digital lands. They will rest until Kane arrives. This was in one of the teasers. Then we will see a scene with a Ferris wheel, and afterwards the characters will return to the circus, and Kane will move the characters to Candy Canyon. After that, we will already see scenes from the last two teasers. I have a theory about this. In the trailer, we saw that the characters will ride to Lulalalu's castle on a wagon with a marmalade elephant harnessed to it. I think Kane wore a chef's hat for a reason. Plus, Gooseworks recently mentioned marmalade elephants in her tweet, just before the new teaser from Glitch. I believe that Gooseworks' Twitter posts coming out on the same day, and Glitch's Twitter teasers could be related. I had an idea that after the scene shown to us in the previous teaser, Kane will set up a cooking challenge for the characters. In the process, they will need to work with him to cook the very same jelly elephant that our heroes will use to get to the Candy Kingdom. A few more thoughts I had about Pomni's mental state in the upcoming episode. Gooseworks mentioned that Pomni was sitting at a table at the end of the pilot with a very strange face because she was mad at Kane. She's going to have to go through a lot of danger now. I've said before, Pomni will probably see a nightmare at the beginning of the series. In all the recent teasers we've seen, Pomni looks either scared or depressed. In the picture where all the characters are lying on the grass, Pomni is lying face down. It looks like she's going to be indifferent to the surroundings of the circus. In the teaser with the Ferris wheel, Pomni is scared. In the preview trailer, she is scared and running away from the jelly elephant. In the latest teaser, she looks depressed and tense. There's something else interesting. Recently on Tumblr, Gooseworks was asked to describe the second episode of Digital Circus in a nutshell. She replied, "I'm nothing. I've brought up more than once that Amazing Digital Circus is going to be much darker in the future and not suitable for viewing by a child audience." My theory is that this Gooseworks Tumblr post describes literally the psychological state of Pomni. It will come to her full realization that Kane will put her and others in danger for the sake of entertainment for as long as he wants to. Pomni doesn't decide anything. She doesn't even decide what others will call her. She can't do anything about what is happening. Looking for a way out is futile and, what's more, even dangerous for her and the others. Pomni is forced to play games and go through the adventures that have been prepared for her. In the trailer, we can hear the dialogue between Pomni and Kane. Kane demands that Pomni pretend that she is Bubble.
Where am I?
What's wrong, Bubble? Why are you...
Despite her chosen name, Kane still calls Pomni whatever he wants and does whatever he wants. He doesn't listen to Pomni's questions or her complaints. Until he needs to force Pomni to do something, he will ignore attempts to talk to him constructively. Kane certainly doesn't see players as his equals. At the same time, he is impossible to interfere with. He is an artificial intelligence controlling everything that happens in the circus. So far, we don't see a clear conflict between Kane and the people in the circus. But I'm sure that later this theme will escalate and will be continued. By the way, while we're on the subject, I want to share with you a theory I've heard a few times. It's possible that Kane actually controls the abstraction process entirely, and if a certain character becomes inconvenient for Kane and starts to bother him, Kane simply turns him into a monster and puts him in the basement of the circus. Kane hardly liked players who tried to find a way out and asked too many questions instead of playing the game. Probably sometimes such players could find answers, or get them from Kane at some point. They were learning too much and were abstracted by Kane. There's also a theory that uncomfortable players could be abstracted by the developers. It's like banning them from the digital circus. But what about Jax and the guns? In the trailer for the entire series, we were shown Kinger with a shotgun, and now Jax with a gun riding in a car. I think he will fire it during the war between the main characters and the crocodiles. Now, maybe in each episode, the characters will be given a different weapon for self-defense. By the way, this candy weapon that Jax will be given can shoot not regular bullets, but some chocolate ones, which can delay the main character's opponents for a while. As many of you already know, Glitch has scheduled a pre-show for the second episode in Japan on April 25th. Such promotions are often held by the creators of animated series and other shows to advertise and draw attention to their product. And very often during such events, viewers carry cameras into the hall where the premiere is shown and take pictures or shoot a fragment of the new episode. Sometimes even whole episodes that were used for the pre-show have been leaked to the internet in this way. The premiere of the pre-show will happen in just a couple days. I'm sure that thanks to it, we will get a lot of new screenshots, see a lot of new scenes and content on the second episode. I'll keep an eye on the news and immediately make videos on the new stuff that will hit the web. We only have a short time to wait. Now, we have specific dates. What are your thoughts on this? Will Kane have a cooking contest for the characters? Will there be a lot of footage leaked on April 25? How will Pomni and Kane interact in episode 2? Write your theories in the comments and I'll be sure to read them. Also, don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to my channel. Good luck everyone and bye-bye!